Hello Capricorn, and welcome to Board with Everything. I've already meditated on your energy and I've already gotten your cards out for a faster reading. So what we've pulled is the Judgment card, Five of Wands, the Sun card, your overall energy. The Page of Pentacles came out and the Emperor card also came out. And then the energy underneath is the King of Swords. So Capricorn, what I'm looking at here, the overall theme of your message is that you are beginning to answer a higher calling. And it feels like you're laying a foundation for long-term success. You've been entering a season where what you choose to learn, build, and commit to today has the potential to shape your future in powerful ways. And that's because, look at this, what you've put in the Judgment card, Five of Wands. I'm sure you had to fight with the old you, which leads to the Sun card, which is the happiest card in the deck. So what I'm seeing is this reading isn't about overall success. It's about planting the seeds that will grow into something significant. You have to have patience to do this, Capricorn. You need discipline and you need wise decision making, right? So when we look at the Judgment card, this Judgment card is a call to awaken or a call to wake up. So many of you Capricorn may feel like life is asking more of you than it did before. Like you can no longer ignore the dreams, the gifts, or the purpose that has been stirring within you. This card often appears when you're being invited to leave an old version of yourself. And you could be having dreams too, Capricorn. So it's like maybe you've outgrown a job or a relationship or mindset. Whatever it is, you're uncomfortable. And this card also reminds you that every ending creates, I was going to say not every ending is a bad thing, but every ending does create space for a new beginning. You know, you can't take the old self into the new you. You can't, you just can't. I was looking at this video. This guy was pulling a chain, and at the very top of the chain, it had the past on it, and then there was a board that was laying down, and it had future on it on top of the board. So every time he pulled the chain, which had past on it, it was lifting up the board that had future on it, and the future was on this side. Future was on this side of the board. So he could not take his past into his future. It was like he pulled the chain and it would come up. He let the chain go, it would come back down. So if he was to let go of his past, he could go successfully into his future. So next we have the Five of Wands. And with this card, what I'm feeling and what I was feeling is, as you begin moving toward your next chapter, don't be surprised if there's some type of resistance within yourself or within some of your surroundings. With the Five of Wands, it does represent competition, differences of opinions, inner conflict, and challenges that test your commitment. Not everyone will understand your vision, and not every obstacle is meant to stop you. So what all of that is to me is, with not every obstacle being there to stop you, sometimes the universe just wants to see if you really want it. The universe sometimes just wants to see if you'll accept it. And I mean, some people believe in God and source and different things like that. No disrespect to anyone's belief, faith system. But who you believe in, what you believe in, wants to know if they keep throwing certain things at you. Do you really want it? Are you going to stop? Are you going to keep going? You know, is this what you really want? Or is this what you're going to accept? Are you no longer accepting the old things that can't go forward? Because if you are accepting the old things that can't go forward, like we're talking about with the judgment, then it's going to be impossible for you to accept this thing as a whole, if you can accept it at all. So this card is asking, are you willing to keep going even when things aren't easy? And that's a great question to ask, and that's something that you can reflect on. Now, for some Capricorns, the biggest battle may not be with other people. It may be the overcoming fear, procrastination of the habits that no longer serve your future. So, you know, when you have a thought or something like that, Capricorn, you need to get up and go ahead and do what it is that you need to do for this new future that you have. You need to create habits, you know, for where you're going, because what you were doing in the past is no longer serving you because you're no longer there. Conflict isn't always a sign that you're on the wrong path. Sometimes it's evidence that you're growing. You have to remember that. Okay, Capricorn. So the last card I drew for you before we got to the overall message and the underlying energy is the Sun card, which the Sun card is the happiest card, the most brightest card in the deck, right? And the Sun is like saying you did the work. Congratulations. You know, everything has become clearer. This also, like, on top of it bringing clarity, it brings joy and confidence and success and renewed energy. Like, this is a time where, to me, what I'm seeing, Capricorn, is the energy that is bringing is you've done the work, you've gone through what you've gone through, you've changed on the inside. And this may not be, you know, you still may be in a conflicting stage, but it's just like when you've done everything you've done, like let's just say you're doing outside work and you've done everything that you needed to do outside, you know, in your yard, and you could take that nice shower and you get that nice cool drink that you have, lay back in the sun and just bask in it and let it rejuvenate you, right? Okay, so like with this card, it definitely reminds me that your authentic self is your greatest strength. That's what this reminds me of. So Capricorn, when you stop dimming your light to make others comfortable, the opportunities will begin to find you. And I believe the opportunities have found some. And I believe opportunities have found more than we could think, because some people just don't see them yet. So it could be staring you right in the face. So to me, this is like one of the strongest indicators that your efforts can lead to recognition, abundance, and just total happiness. Now, the overall energy that we have is the Page of Pentacles and the Emperor card. The Page of Pentacles, some people want to call it the most exciting card because it deals with personal growth, finances, education, and new opportunities, especially new opportunities in earthly matters, right? This is really saying that you have a solid beginning. And let's remember that the night comes after this, and a lot of people, you know, believe that the night is the slowest moving energy, but that's because there's a foundation being set. So after you embark upon this new beginning, Capricorn, you have to remember that the night comes next. Even though this is not the night card, but you get the information, you start doing the work, you start preparing, you start getting educated and studying. It's not overnight success. It's not going to happen overnight. In your in this I want to say just the line of pentacles, right? I can't think of the word, but just staying in order, you know, just having decency and order. This card hits the night, and that night is setting a very strong, stable foundation. So whatever success you get, Capricorn, is the success that you're going to hold on to. So this could be starting a new business, learning a new skill, as we were talking about, beginning a new career, making wise investments. But definitely you need to see in this card, you need to develop a financial plan. That's what I'm feeling, because with this, to me, feeling like you need to take your time and make investments. Basically, don't think about all the other things that don't really matter right now. Oh, when I get this new opportunity or get this new money, these new finances or whatever, don't start thinking about the things that you can do. Put this to something wise, like maybe you want to pay off some things because you were having a hard time with switching over to this new life. You want to pay off some things. You want to have you want to have a financial break for a second before like the real financial stability and wealth begin to come in. So, Capricorn, I want to say this to you because of these cards right here and the Emperor card. Just remember that everybody started where you were, so don't ever think that you can't do something great like the other greats. They were once where you were too. Okay? So basically, just don't underestimate small beginnings. That also sounds like a scripture. I forgot exactly how it goes, but basically, you don't need to despise or something small beginnings, and make sure that you are being a good steward over the small things. So just remember that you're planting seeds today, and I'm thinking about my grandfather's house. You're planting seeds today that are going to become huge trees and they're going to give you shade. And this is going to be from generations to come with this Emperor card here. This Emperor card, it basically, like with this page, it's basically giving your new beginning some type of stability. So that goes with the making wise decisions. It's going to give you stability. So this lets me know, Capricorn, that you're not thinking about frivolous things. You're not thinking about going out and just blowing whatever it is that's coming in. So to me, it's like it's one great thing to have. It's one thing to have a great idea, right? But it's another thing to build systems that allows your ideas to thrive. And that's what's happening here, Capricorn, with this card. Well, actually, both of these. With both of these. I need you to feel the energy of these cards, Capricorn. This Emperor is encouraging you to be disciplined. It's encouraging you to be consistent. It's encouraging the leadership to come out of you. It's encouraging you to set boundaries. It's encouraging you to have long-term planning. Also, it's like plan just in case you need a plan and don't have a plan. Plan for that, because sometimes things unexpectedly happens and you need to be ready for the unexpected. Okay, so this card definitely asks you if you're building a legacy. And if you are building a legacy, what kind of legacy are you building? Are your daily habits supporting that legacy? And are you leading your lifestyle intentionally, which goes back to, the wise decisions that you need to make. So you have to remember something too, that this energy aligns with the Capricorn sign. You are being encouraged to move beyond dreaming and begin to create a solid foundation. That's what this whole thing has been about. This is definitely one of those things with the Page of Pentacles and this Emperor combination. This is basically one of those things that's telling you to learn it, build it, protect it, grow it. Like, this is legacy. This is definitely legacy. And then our underlying energy is the King of Swords. So with the King of Swords, this is basically a reiterating structure from the Emperor. Capricorn, you are exemplifying thinking clearly. So this conflict card is really not saying anything bad, because you are thinking clearly with this King of Swords. You know, the King of Swords is a very mature energy. This is definitely a season for you, Capricorn, to create strategies, think long term, communicate clearly. So it's like write the vision, make it plain, and establish healthy boundaries. The same as we have said before. Basically, the cards are confirming one another. Trust the facts as much as your feelings. Now, you still use your intuition, but we know your feelings, can drive you to go against your intuition. That deep gut feeling that you may have. So basically, understand that this king is one who is emotionally mature and very disciplined intellectually. So with the King of Sword energy, you'll be able to navigate what it is that's going on in these cards. Your mind is definitely the greatest asset here. So when we look at these cards, Capricorn, we see someone that's standing right at the edge of a new chapter. You're being called to rise in the higher version of yourself. And that's with the Judgment card. And with the Five of Wands, the universe wants you to know that there may be challenges and there may be competition, but the obstacles are to strengthen you, make you resilient, basically. There's a prayer that I keep in front of me, Capricorn, and I'm gonna show you because I am not lying to you. The prayer of Jabez, and basically it's oh, that you will bless me and enlarge my territory. Let your hand be with me and keep me from harm, so that I will be free from pain. Right? So that's basically, what this is. You may have the challenges or whatever, but they're just enlarging your territory for what's coming. And with the Page of Pentacles, this is definitely a new opportunity that's coming into your hands. And the Emperor just reminds you that success won't come from wishing. It is going to come because you are building something. You're like being active in it, right? You're not just sitting back saying, oh, I want this, but you're not making any moves to it. And then we have the King of Swords, just really encouraging you to lead with wisdom. And the Sun is promising you that your dedication can lead to fulfillment, confidence, and success. So yeah, this reading is definitely not about receiving any type of blessings, but it's about becoming the kind of person who can sustain them. So basically, it's not about, oh, I'm receiving. Yeah, you're receiving, but can you hold it? You know what I mean? Can you hold on to it? Can you make it grow legacy? What I feel is that you can. So Capricorn, do not rush this process. You're not behind. You are building. You're taking your time. So once you cross over the threshold to the new you, just take your time. Page of Pentacles, I told you that the Knight of Pentacles comes after that. Just take your time and get that foundation together. Every lesson that you learn, every skill you develop, every discipline choice that you make, it's just laying another brick in the foundation of your future. Basically, that's what happens. So, Capricorn, the opportunity may seem small now, but with consistency and commitment, it has the potential to grow into something extraordinary. And I do just believe that you're going to be financially successful and free. Just got to trust the process. You got to stay focused and remember that your greatest breakthrough often begins with the smallest acts of faith, which is why I was reminded of the prayer of Jabez, because it definitely takes faith. Now, Capricorn, I do have an affirmation, and the affirmation is, I answer my higher calling with confidence and discipline. Every challenge strengthens my character. Every lesson increases my wisdom. And every small step moves me closer to lasting success. And you can say with me, I am building a future that reflects my purpose. And I trust that what I plant today will flourish in perfect timing. So also there's another thing that we need to point out here, Capricorn. If you notice that there are some cards here that are suggesting maturity, or they're saying that this person, you Capricorn, is mature. There's maturity here. There's purpose here. There's definitely leadership here. There's definitely leadership here. This is you getting that leadership together. You're standing your ground in whatever conflict that it is, right? Now, this is the only card that I see that could be challenging. But once again, Capricorn, you're taking it one day at a time. Okay, this is not about struggle. Understand the struggle is a part of the preparation. This is definitely a sign that you are on the right path, Capricorn. That is all I have for you. Thank you. Please like, share, subscribe. Send this to other Capricorns. I really appreciate you being here, and I want you to have a great day. Thank you.